learning, our topic is Become a Seeker. Why we become a seeker? To succeed in the journey. Not only in meditation, but we succeed in life. So, today's topic is there is a need for right knowledge. Good works alone is not enough. That is what our masters are saying. You want to know the highest seeker? I can give you one example today of Sri Aurobindo, was a great master who lived until 1950. When he returned India from Britain, he was a great revolutionary. He was jailed by the colonial British rule. He escaped, went to Pondicherry. He found a house. From that house, he did not go out for more than 25 years. And then he went to the room where he practiced yoga and meditation, and he did not go out of that room for 10 years. He remained there, confined, wrote classical books, which are very authentic text, which is known as Synthesis of Yoga, Life Divine, and the greatest ever written poem in English, known as Savitri. And he influenced millions and millions of people. So for a seeker, we understood. Do you still remember in the first talk we understand that the mind should enter into the fourth state, and that fourth state is brings the mind within and helps us to discover the real self. Last time, the last session, the second session, we discussed about how to become a human being. No offense to anyone, we all are human beings. We all are two-legged animals. But from two-legged animals, we become a human being. So the main emphasis was to be a thinker. And that intellect has observation, the power of observation, the power of choice, and the power of control. That's what we were just talking with the Jackery. So the more we use these three powers of the intellect with reference to finding our real self, the journey begins. So we normally make a choice. Okay, I should be kind, I should be helpful to the people, I should be doing the good works, and that helps the society. But our master says good works alone is not enough in this path. We should continue to do it. But good works alone is not enough. For non-seeker, let them live the way they live, loveless life or loveful life. My mind goes back to whom I love, Bill Gates. So, for non-seekers, eat, drink and marry. They don't want to think more than that. You see that? One has to understand that. So, but if I'm a seeker, I have to think about eat, drink and marry. What is the purpose of life? If I do not think, the nature by hit and trial, they punish us. And this punishment is known as stress, anxiety, unfavorable conditions in our day-to-day life. If you are a seeker, you must. So one of the greatest verses that I always like, let me translate that and then we will discuss about. Let erudite scholars quote all the scripture. Let gods be invoked through sacrifices. Let elaborate rituals be performed. Let personal gods be propitiated. Yet without the knowledge of one's real self, there should not be an end of suffering. There will not be a freedom. There will not be a permanent peace and happiness in our life. What that means? First, pick up one thing. Master says that do good work, do charity, be kind. They are important in the beginning. They are very important in the beginning to change our mindset from eat, drink, and be merry, which causes the mind to be self-centered. And when we say do good work, the mind expands beyond selfishness. It is important. We need to continue these activities, but Master says these good works are not enough to succeed in self-discovery. They are not good enough to find the permanent peace and happiness. And if awakening could take place by good work, and if you measure the good work by the amount of money spent by Bill Gates, he should have been very happy. Let personal gods be propitiated. So what that means? We say, I go to the temple or the church, I worship God, but the God doesn't see us. The moment we enter into the church, God closes his eyes. I know why you have come. Not interested. So what it means? A mechanical worship, mechanical adherence will not help us to evolve at all. Do whatever we want to do. But it does not mean that we should not do it. If we are doing it, let us start doing these things consciously. Not demanding anything, but asking, let me evolve. Let me raise my consciousness. Good works alone is not enough. That is why in yoga, external yoga is yama and niyama. External yoga is known as preparatory steps. See that? It's very clear to every master the way they put. Yeah, let us make it very easy to understand. There is no hope. Another master says there is no hope for freedom from suffering by means of wealth. Sex, authority, and money cannot buy peace and happiness. Only knowledge. Knowledge of the real self. Does this statement enters into my mind and it never leaves me? I become a seeker. I know money cannot buy peace and happiness, but after all, to live my life, I need money. So I am still focused on that. My focus is on understand that. My focus is on the means, not to an end. A means cannot, if the means becomes an end, it destroys us. And it is all happening due to ignorance. That is why knowledge is must. Every master, all the text says, knowledge needs to be acquired. Knowledge of what? Knowledge of the real self must be acquired from the teacher. Otherwise, we cannot become a seeker. If I do not know what is real self, how can I have a desire to know real self? How can I know the means by which I can find my real self? If I know the latest phone, then only I have a desire to know it. My son was just saying yesterday, I will get you the latest. I said, okay. But in the journey of the real self, there is neither the latest, there is neither the oldest. That real self is self-existent. It was same 10,000 years ago. It is same today. It will remain the same tomorrow. Can my mind fix on that knowledge? What is that reality which never changes? It remained the same in the past, in the present, and it will remain the same in the future. That consciousness, that reality, I should maintain awareness from moment to moment, I live my life. So the another verse I'm just translating from, there is another text which is known as Vivek Chudamani. Viveka means wisdom, you can say. Chudamani, the jewels of wisdom. So we have more than 580 verses, so I'm quoting the select. So here is another verse. There, Master says, striving to gain inner freedom, the seeker should know the knowledge not by senses, but beyond the senses. And that knowledge can be gained by studying the principles of Eastern wisdom. Simple. Take a simple example. Do I see my home? Yes. Do I see the books and the gadgets and everything that is perceived by the sense organs? Yes, I see. And I get attached to it. I do not see the ultimate cause of what is perceived by the sense organs. The science knows it. Science has extended our vision, and it says the entire matter is nothing but energy. You see a beautiful girl. What do you see? Body. Body is matter, and matter is energy. And I don't see any ugliness, but even according to your definition, you see any person who is ugly, it is still matter, it is still energy. Common factor is energy. Do you see? Whether you see different colors, can I have that perception day to day, from moment to moment? I am a seeker. If I am getting attached to my preferences of likes and dislikes, it's a long journey to be a seeker. It's a long journey. You see, if we do not do the basics, that is why we do not succeed. Now comes the most important part. Master says, Uddharet Atmana Atmanam. A seeker must lift himself by his personal effort. So in the journey of the self-discovery, personal effort is first and foremost. If I don't make a personal effort, nothing is going to happen. Now I have all good friends here. I am in debt. You can ease my debt by paying money to me. But if I live in ignorance, I have to help myself. I have to make a personal effort. Do you see that? If I am hungry, you cannot eat for me. Understanding, just an understanding. I have to think of it. I normally do not think about it. No, you did not cook the food, that's why I did not eat. Why you did not eat? Because you are crazy, because you are a non-seeker. Take your personal effort is the foremost. So what happens by personal effort? Go back to the last session. Intellect. When you make a personal effort, it sharpens your intellect. It clears your goal of life. So when you make a personal effort, what happens? Personal effort. So Master says that personal effort, while the teacher is teaching you, listen to it, understand it, make a personal effort. And when you reach to the saturation point of a personal effort, what happens? The grace of the existence descends into you. Grace does not descends without any personal effort. Oh, if the God is omniscient, all-pervading, so Lord, let the God help me. I remain lazy. No, it will not work. So a seeker is never a lazy person. Personal effort. I believe you are understanding. The personal effort is the cornerstone of a seeker. Seeker has to make a personal effort as suggested, as taught by the teacher. The moment you make a personal effort, the time comes, your mind is 100% available to you. Now compare this with the first lesson, become a seeker, the one-pointedness. What do you mean by 100% available to you? You wake up in the morning, mind says I am lazy. Mind is not 100% available. You take over the mind. Let me do something. Let me get out of this laziness. No, I like pasta, but I was offered pizza, so I don't like. I will remain hungry. Mind is working on you. Your mind must be 100% available to you. Pasta is also a food. Smaller things. So these smaller things in your life raises the bar of your awareness, bar of your self-awareness. And that self-awareness will make you a seeker. I used to say long back, and many of my Indian friends will remember, self-awareness is the beginning of meditation, and self-awareness is the end of meditation. Self-awareness is the beginning. I start understanding what is self and non-self. Self-awareness is the end of the journey, because now I am settled in the real self. So when I make a personal effort, now understand that point is very important. Personal effort. I have lot of stress and anxiety, duality. I have lot of relationship problem. I am suffering in many different ways. What is personal effort? Means that I want to find out the right knowledge to make a right effort to get out of the suffering. I have a lot of challenges in my life, but there is a point of self-awareness. No, they cannot remain with me all the time. Unfavorable condition, stress, pain, suffering, they come and they go. So the moment your intellect starts thinking like this, that is what we say, the grace by the God. Grace by the God. Now you want to find out the solution, permanent solution. So it means it is the second grace, the grace by the knowledge. Second level. From the lower to the higher. The Eastern wisdom points out that the grace of the God, when you are having lot of challenges and still there is something inside your heart and the head that I will definitely find the solution. I observed that here is a stress today, it was not yesterday, it will not be tomorrow. So what is the way? God's grace is already with you. Second, now you study the Eastern wisdom. So here it is specifically said, you study the Eastern wisdom to find the solution, second grace. You do not understand those principles. So the teacher comes in your life. That is the third grace, from the lower to the higher. Fourth is the highest grace. What is the fourth one? Grace by yourself. Do you bless yourself every day, or do you curse yourself every day? Make a right choice. Again, the second lesson, make a right choice. Do you curse? Oh, honey, do you have stress? Who doesn't have a stress? You are cursing yourself. Your mind is totally perceiving the world is full of suffering. You don't see the world is full of opportunity. You see, you have to change that perception. We are learning how to become a seeker to succeed. Seeker to succeed. What is the summary? Good works are means and not an end. So good works helps my mind to expand. It expands my mind. It takes my mind from selfishness to selflessness. That is very important in the journey of self-discovery. But they are not alone. They are not enough. Charity, helping others are means, not an end. Worship, prayer are means, not the goal of life. Goal of life is to find the real self. Make your intellect fixed on this idea, this thought. I want to know my real self. And what is real self? Real self is full of permanent peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. Because if you don't have this thought in your mind, what will happen? The mind will go back to the same stuff again. Do you see that? Mind will go back to the same stuff again. Sex, authority, money, eat, drink, and be merry. My watch is more beautiful than yours, so I will also have the same watch. Unnecessary. For a non-seeker, it is must. For a seeker, it is unnecessary. Personal effort is must. Daily, moment to moment, to receive grace. I have already explained the four grace. Become capable of receiving the grace. So, in Gita, Krishna says, when you become capable of receiving the grace, it is known as you are settled in the journey of yoga and meditation. Did you understand that point? You are settled now. So when you are centered in, means what? The goal appears very near to you, and you will definitely achieve that goal. So now let us start our journey. Practice, eyes are closed. You should remain awakened to the intellect. Why? Instruction I gave you, suggestions I gave you. The mind is 100% available and it follows. I will change the practice a little bit. Gradually, I will again start changing the practice. Stage 1. Always remember the stage 1. Check if the mind is calm, poised, ready to embark on a journey. What is that? I know you remember my words. Steady body, mind is facing within. Don't get bored by these phrases, but every time you listen to this, check yourself. So intellect makes a choice. Let me see my body. It is comfortable. It is steady. It will remain steady until the end. That is what I talked about Sri Aurobindo. Once he entered into the home, he never came out for 25 years. He entered into the room. He never came out of the room for more than, I think, 3 to 4 years. What? Now you have entered into the body, never come out of this body. Means what? The body is steady and the mind is facing within. And stage 1 helps you to check. Oh, I'm a seeker. Every time I do the stage 1 with the 4 steps, I feel I can sit for an indefinite period. Being comfortable is the second step of this stage. You casually look at the neck joint, feel, be aware. Again, whether I say feel, be aware, experience, it is all knowledge. Sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Is it not the knowledge? So when I say awareness, knowledge, and experience, they are synonyms used as a different expressions. We should understand. I'm not hiding anything. I'm just you should become your own teacher. That is most important in your life. So look at the shoulder joints, be there, feel. What do you feel? Your experience. What is your experience? Sensation, comfortable, and steadiness. Hip joint, be there, sensation, comfort, and steadiness. You see that your intellect knows that you are not doing anything. It is only moving the mind from outside to inside. It is just raising the bar of your awareness. When you raise your self-awareness without doing anything, it is known in the Eastern wisdom as the highest practice. But we say it is a preparatory. In science, when we say it is a preparatory, it is starting to learn alphabets. No. We have a different approach. Become aware of the entire body, my friends. All the joints, sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Look inside. Now check. Mind, are you living inside the head or the heart, or you are going away? How do I know? Thought. No, but you can make yourself little more aware. You just become aware of an object in the thought. No, I have to do that, after the meditation. No, before the meditation, I did not do this. No. Become aware. So leave that thought as it is. That is what is the meaning of being carefree. And being casual, being natural, being comfortable at physical level, being carefree at the mental level, being casual at the level of existence. Do I exist? Yes. Am I aware of it? Yes. Okay. I am not the doer and the enjoyer at this moment, nor an experiencer. I am casual. I am natural. Check. No. Experience. The stage 1 is done. Making you aware every time. If you pay attention to what I am saying, every time, you can use the stage 1 with these 4 steps for 5 minutes every day, maybe for 5 or 6 times. What will happen? Becoming a seeker, my friends. Move to the second stage. So here we balance the energy to bring the mind deeper. So we'll be doing the alternate breathing. And today you all are seekers will be doing for 2 minutes each. We will inhale and exhale long, deep and hissing breath through the right nostril, followed by, without break, followed by 2 minutes on the left nostril and 2 minutes with both the nostrils. So it will be almost for a 6 minute. You all are seekers. But the mind, if the mind creates a challenge to you, ask yourself, what is the highest grace? Personal effort. So bring your right hand gently on the nostril. The middle 2 fingers gently closes the left nostril. Thumb is away from the right nostril, and start breathing long, deep in the hissing breath through the right nostril, both into the belly and the rib. You hear the noise? That kind of a noise should be there. The noise should keep your mind engaged that I'm doing it right. I fill the air into the belly and into the ribs. I exhale from the belly and the ribs. 2 minutes. Long, deep, hissing breath. Long, deep in the hissing breath. Only 2 minutes. You all are seekers. There is no issue. We normally do for 9 minutes each time, but we have started. We will check it. Is the mind 100% available with us? The mind does not create any challenge. 2 minutes. Don't slow down the breathing practice. It should remain the same. Now close gently the right nostril with the right hand thumb and open the left nostril and continue inhaling and exhaling. Long, deep in the hissing breath from the left nostril. Long. Please, I don't hear your noise because you all are muted. No, not you are muted, but the sound is. So, long, deep in the hissing breath. That is the way, but keep your focus inside the forehead. So the pressure of inhaling and exhaling should not go to any other part of the body. That happens when your mind is distracted. Continue. Long, deep in the hissing. Long, deep in hissing. We are doing for 2 minutes only. The intense breathing is there. Intensity is there. It is not slow. So if the mind makes the breath slow, it means you know it. Non-seeker. What I was told I must do, I must complete. Mind is 100% available to me. First time we are doing 6 minutes all together, not in a break. And if that works, we will go a little higher in the journey and we will see how it will help us and bring the right hand down with both the nostrils together, long, deep in the hissing breath. Mind will surely say, I am exhausted. No, you are not exhausted. The mind, with its impurities, are getting exhausted. Can you change that perception? Long, deep in the hissing breath continues both into the belly and the rib cage, keeping your focus inside the forehead. Continue. 2 minutes. Continue. And stop this. Do nothing. No movement in the body. Move the mind from the top of the head to the toes gently. Enjoy these sensations, and you can discover there is an experience of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Did we understand the good work alone is not enough? Here is also we are doing good work by breathing. So if we keep doing the breathing long, deep, obviously we may build the physical health, lot of physiological changes, but that work alone is not enough. What is enough? What is enough is the knowledge. What is that knowledge? Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Am I not relaxed without breathing? Yes, many a times. So I have to find that state of consciousness so I can drop the breathing and remain relaxed. I believe you got it. It's a process of becoming a seeker. And now we'll continue the previous session. Take a deep breath into the belly and the rib cage. Keep your focus inside the head and start doing the humming sound. Breath is coming from the nose. Lips remain together. Long, deep. As long, as deep as possible. We are in a second stage. We are removing the first three states of the mind so that we can enter naturally to the fourth state of the mind. The longer, the louder humming you do, it continues to move the mind within. Now stop this. Let us move into the next stage and now return to the nyasa that we have done before. What is nyasa? In the first point of nyasa is that our deep, silent, slow breath continues. So continue with the deep, silent, slow breath. That is your car, vehicle. And the mind is the driver, and the space inside the major parts of the body is the highway. So where we are going? Om Shanti. How we do it? The moment you start inhaling, move your mind inside the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips in the space inside, reciting mentally Om Shanti. No movement of the lips and the tongue. And as you exhale, move the mind from the fingers to the shoulder in the space, singing Om Shanti. So stage 3 helps us to make the mind 100% available to us. And when it is 100% available to us, we simply say, mind, know the real self. It reflects the real self. Now see, you are a seeker. You almost got away with the physical body. How do you know? The body maintains that stillness, calmness, relaxation. You have said goodbye to the body. That is the way we transcend the body, not by force. Do the same thing inside the left arm. Means what? As you inhale, the mind moves inside the left arm in the space, reciting Om Shanti. So you know the Om now. Om is the real self. Shanti means peace. So when you are saying Om Shanti with awareness, the mind goes back again and again inside the heart. Oh, here is the real self. That is how we make the mind available 100% to us. Now inside the right leg. As you inhale, the mind moves from inside the right side of the waist to the right toes in the space, reciting Om Shanti. Exhaling from the toes, mind moves in the space. You see how easy, how the mind is moving naturally in the state of the stillness in the body. That is the way. We don't get upset if the body moves, but we find the ultimate cause. The next time we make it sure that there is a stillness in the body. It is not the stillness of the body. That is why Master say, good work alone is not enough. What is important? Knowledge. Now inside the left leg in the same way, and you see the mind is moving, the breath is moving, but the body remains still. That's why I gave an example of Sri Aurobindo, who never moved out of the home for 10 years. We get upset during the COVID. Now inside the spine, as you inhale, the mind moves from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Om Shanti. And as you exhale, Om Shanti. You know what will happen if you're practicing regularly, you want to be a seeker? Every time your mind goes to inhalation, the mind will say Om Shanti. Now I know. That is how we change the perception of the mind. The mind will not go outside. But practice with understanding. As you exhale, the mind moves from the tailbone inside in the space to the crown of the head, reciting Om Shanti. I appreciate you all. What a beautiful state you're in. Nobody, understands stillness in the body. It is not of the body. And you recognize that. When you recognize that, mind is 100% available to you. Leave that step. Now allow your personal effort to reach to a saturation point, to allow the grace to descend from the existence. So what we do in that state, look inside the heart in the space, pick a point that is your first milestone. Good. So there you drop Om Shanti with the meaning Om, somewhere deep inside is my real self, it is in peace. Done. Move the mind once again from the first milestone to the second. Pick up a point in the space inside the heart, it is deeper than the first one. Om Shanti. Third point. Fourth point. Continue. What will happen? The time comes. Mind says no more movement. Why? It has found. Do nothing. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside, know your experiences, bring the hands down. How are you, Stephen?
Fantastic, thank you. Great meditation. Very, very cold in the beginning during the first set of breathing. Then just complete darkness in a vast opening of space where it was just me and nothing else.
Beautiful.
Your voice, and that's it.
Beautiful. That is good. How are you, Christina?
I'm doing well. Had a little technical problems in the beginning, but I'm happy I was able to join back. That was very difficult. The breath work is still something very difficult for me, but it's just that goes past urges of things that I was dealing with. But I trusted, and I went through it, and I had a little bit of tears, but once I just trusted and kept going with the vinyasa and both breathing through infinite space, I felt like what Stephen was explaining. Everything dropped, and it was just you and I in a
beautiful
room space.
That is progress. Beautiful. How are you, David and Jerry?
Very, very nice. Similar to Stephen's at the beginning, cold, and then when we started doing the Om Shanti breathing, the body temperature went up, but it was interesting. The breathing in, blue light became more apparent, and then breathing out, it would go away.
Go away.
But very peaceful, very fast, very deep.
Beautiful. Yeah. These lights will come and go. We are approaching closer to the next level. How are you, Jerry?
I'm good. It was quiet right away. However, after the breathing, I noticed a a lot of expansion. So I felt like I was pretty deep initially, but after the breathing, I definitely felt a level that I dropped deeper. And then I had a lot of light through the meditation and a sense of just being.
Just being. Beautiful. Yeah, that expression is beautiful. Just being. How are you, Barbara and Jackie?
It still works like a charm. I feel incredibly relaxed. I still do. Over these past 4 years, I have still been doing the breathing exercises when I can't go to sleep or need to calm down. And it's not something that diminishes over time. It's no matter how long you do it for, no matter how long of a span of time, it's still, it's not something that stagnates.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Jackie. How are you, Barbara?
I felt a little bit lightheaded after the alternate breathing, but then I just felt so calm, and it was just such a beautiful meditation for me. I wanted to stay there. I didn't want to leave.
Yes, what a great state. How are you, Lara?
I'll go at the end because I have a question.
Yeah. Okay, Antoinette. I don't hear you. No, we don't hear you. I could say that. Not now. No. Yeah, let us try. How are you, Terry?
I'm grateful for the practice.
I see your cap looks beautiful.
I'm grateful.
Yes, I could see you're calm.
I was fearful before.
You're fearful?
Not now.
Not now.
Before.
Before. Yes, these are the past impressions. They come and go.
I was a lot of personal effort
Ah,
and learning. I learned a lot.
learned a lot. Beautiful. How are you, Sangeeta?
एकदम thoughtlessness. Your last golden light.
Ah, she saw the golden light. Yeah, it's a beautiful. Ashok is gone. How are you? Yes, Lara.
So it was good. It was like it was really blue and the breathing was good. I get caught up that I'm not a good enough seeker, and I feel like this non-seeker. And I'm doing all the graces and all this stuff, but as soon as I hear, "Oh, you're a non-seeker," if you're doing this, I'm like, "Oh, well, then I'm a non-seeker." So then I'm like, should I continue or should I not continue? So that's where I'm at. I mean, the meditation was good. I mean, I do a lot of meditation and do a lot of stuff, but I also realize I'm not going to ever be a sage or a saint or this high level seeker. I'm a low level seeker. I'm okay with that. The grace is within me to be okay with that. So
If I had been a surgeon, then I should have done a surgery of your mind and removed the thought that repeats itself that you are a non-seeker. You are doing the practice, you are learning it, you are definitely a seeker. That is the that is the first point. Now leave low level, middle level, high level. Am I smarter than you or you are smarter than me?
I don't compare myself that way.
No comparison to yourself that you are a low level of a seeker and high level of a seeker. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So the moment this thought comes to the mind that I am a non-seeker, First, drop that thought, find the challenges that your mind experiences, and throw that problem.
I hear you say non-seeker. So we were doing the breathing exercise, and my breath wasn't very loud, and so.
So the mind goes there.
So my mind goes, "Oh, you're a non-seeker," and so I'm like, "Okay, well, this is."
You are wonderful. So instead the mind should go that I'm not able to do, hence I'm a low level of a seeker. No. Intellect should say, let me continue doing it so that I become a perfect seeker.
I don't want to be a perfect seeker. I'm okay with where I'm at. I'm doing my practices, I show up.
So that is where I think, that brings me to the next session. We will talk about that answers that. We need 4 aids. Eastern wisdom, we should stick to the principle. The principle says your mind should never say that I want to be where I am. It means there is a kind of satisfaction that pulls your mind, and when you do the practice, you find a challenge, the mind labels you as a non-seeker. So the very first thing, that is the principle of Eastern wisdom. Second is, I will talk in detail, but I'm just giving you an idea. Second is Shastra, Guru, the teacher. Are you learning from a teacher? Have you heard it? Why don't you listen to the teacher? That you are a seeker. Forget about being a non-seeker. No, but I have my own way of thinking. Why don't you change your thinking? So we will talk about enthusiasm, the principle, enthusiasm, teacher, and the fourth factor will address these opposing thoughts. That is known as time. So how the factor of the time helps us to understand how to become can I use perfect seeker? You are. Your mind says no, you are. Your mind says no, you are. So you have to continue to listen to my gossip, even for continuously. The time will come, yes, I am. And once